Hi, this is Dan Bullard, retired electronics engineer. Sitting on the front deck of my houseboat again. It's a lovely day. It's September. Oh God, here we go. I want to talk to you about a few things with free energy. God, these people are so fucking stupid. Now, I'm not saying I'm a genius. Of course, I probably am, but yeah, these people are incredibly stupid. Look at this one. Generally, positive sequence harmonics are undesirable because they are responsible for overheating of conductors, power lines, and transformers due to the addition of waveforms. So they're saying that they're getting free energy. These people are incredibly stupid. Nobody can promise you free energy. And if they can, they better get off their ass and give it to you with, no meter, give you free energy, all the free energy. I mean, if harmonics give you free energy, wouldn't you just take a waveform and distort it as much as you can, and then take the harmonics and rectify them and turn them into free power? I mean, come on. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So these people are incredibly stupid. And I mean, I find them all over the place. One thing I realized, spectrum analyzers normally bottom out at like minus 50 dB. So they're not seeing those humps. They don't know what I'm talking about. They don't see the humps. If you look with an Applicos or an Audio Precision or a Next Test or a Credence or a Teradyne, whatever, you're going to see those. But if you use a spectrum analyzer, you're not going to see them. Now, I know I'm constantly bashing spectrum analyzers, but it's true. I mean, spectrum analyzer is no good. They're garbage. And I mean, even Maxim was using them. It's ridiculous. You can't use a spectrum analyzer to see anything. You've got to do it with coherent sampling. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. I'm getting a lot of subscribers on my channel here, and that's good. But I really hope you guys are learning something. I want you to learn. I mean, I'm a trainer. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been training people. Even when I was doing applications, I was training people. When I tried to sell that tester to the people in True Test in Taiwan, I gave them a class on it. And I'm constantly giving classes. Motorola, I gave them a class on something I developed. And that's what I do. I teach people stuff. And I don't teach them stuff I don't know because, if I'm like Tony, I'm not going to pretend to know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not going to, make stuff up, I'm not making this stuff up. This is stuff I beat on for months and years. Distortion came out in April 2015. So that's been 8 years or something. So, and before that, I mean, since 1990, I was doing stuff with harmonics and stuff. In fact, one of my tricks, I think I mentioned in one of my videos, one of the tricks I used to do, I was kind of mean. I'm a mean son of a bitch. I used to do this thing to my students. I would teach them how to use the AWG on the STS-3000 and how to use the analog capture instrument to capture the wave and do an FFT and all that stuff. And so I taught them how to do that. I got them used to writing code, and so they wrote the code, and then I gave a lab, and the lab was, make the waveform, send it out of the AWG, capture it with the analog capture instrument, and then display it, and then do the FFT on it, and show me your spectrum, show me how clean your spectrum is. But what they didn't know, because all this was done in the classroom, and the test was actually in the demo room in Fremont, and later in Beaverton. What I did, I went to the tester and I had a little BNC connector with a diode across between the input and the ground. And I would snap that onto the pin that they were testing. So I'd put that on there, little did they know. So they would do their little demo, and I'd say, okay, show me. And they'd say, wow, GHD is really high. Why is that? why is the THD so high? Like, aha, you figured it out. You saw the diode. I took it off and let him run it again, and then it was a clean signal. So they got to see the clamping effect of the diode that basically generated a ton of harmonics. And at the time, I didn't really understand harmonics. I just knew that it would create a lot of harmonics, and it did. But it was kind of a test of the students to be able to see that. I mean, if they were doing something that was fake or wasn't real, I'd see it. I'd spot it right away. And so I would, that's the kind of thing I would do. I would do these tricks to these students, and they wouldn't know it, and boom. Oh, I want to show you this too. This is the beautiful view that I have there. The Michael Knowles show, he does his videos in a room with all this junk in there. And look at this. What a mess. And I like Michael Knowles, don't get me wrong, but look at this mess. But that's my view. And just the other day, I think it was yesterday, I took a picture right there of the sun coming up, and that's east, okay? And it makes this beautiful, beautiful picture. So that's my view. Michael Knowles, eat your heart out. Oh, I want to show you this one thing. This is a picture of me when I got out of boot camp, and I was having my first beer in the EM club. I was like 19 years old, and I didn't have any hair. You know, it's like the movie Stripes. You know, they cut all your hair off. So I had lots of hair in high school, but when you go in the Navy, they cut all your hair off. So they cut all my hair off, and then here I am, many years later. After I retired, I grew my hair out, and this is me wearing a t-shirt that my buddy Daver got me. Remember Dave Reynolds? In an email to him and somebody else, I misspelled the word genius. Don't do anything like that to Daver, he will tease you. So he went and bought me a t-shirt, this t-shirt, and he was really shocked that I wore it. But look at my hair. I mean, here I am at 19, and then at, I think this is like 60 years old. So since then my hair's kind of, it's coming back. It's kind of coming back. COVID really took a lot out, but it is coming back. So thank God for that, but it won't be anywhere near as good as it used to be. I mean, this is what it used to be when I was at the peak. You know, it was beautiful red hair, beautiful. So, you know, when you get old, you lose your hair, but I haven't lost all my hair. I mean, I got more hair than most of my friends combined. So, you know, you get old, you got to get ready for that. You know, it's going to come, you know, and you're going to fucking die. And you just got to get ready for it. Okay? But hopefully you're famous. Hopefully you're famous, and if you're not, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm doing my best. Anyway, once again, this is Dan Bullard from the river. See ya.